Someone recently asked me, "Are you competitive?" To which I said, extremely, exceptionally. However, there's a time and place for this competitive mentality. Life calls for cooperation. No matter how rebellious you are, how much of a radiant rebel you are, the source of existence, the soul of existence, God, is all-inclusive. It's not exclusive. And therefore, it's not competitive. However, in this world, the obstacles and curveballs and challenges of life call for a competitive mentality, in that you have the grit to persist and continue with whatever you do, whatever you choose to do, whatever you want to do. God has no needs, so he doesn't have to do anything. But this human form of life that we've been awarded, that we've been blessed with, what do we choose to do with it? Slow and steady wins the race. And yesterday, Alex got first place. Not to make it about me, because I only got first place in the race by God's grace. Alex doesn't take credit for this. Of course, Alex has put in the effort, so the result is a natural consequence. However, Alex doesn't live for this, doesn't live for the result. It's not result-oriented or outcome-oriented. He simply runs because he loves to run, and he has fun, and he realizes God's will is done. Therefore, his personal will doesn't get in the way of this. Actually, it's in alignment with God's will. There is no separateness, no duality between what is seen outwardly and what is witnessed subjectively. Actually, you can't separate the two, the inner and outer world. Why create an illusory duality? Whether the eyes are open or closed, we know that this is it. This is the eternal moment. I count my blessings every day, and I hope you do too. Whatever the weather, may not be a sunny day, that's okay. To infinite spirit, it doesn't matter either way. Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, the life, the light." But you have to know both the dark and the light in order to live right. You can't be too polarized either which way. In order to live a balanced life. The art of balanced living calls for practicality, calls for reason and logic to be fully active within one, and balanced with intuition and feeling. To have both masculine and feminine forces in balance, operating at full force and in alignment within oneself. Because when there is, there's wholeness. One doesn't seek or search for anything outside of oneself, outside of one's own eternal, infinite being. And in this being, arises doing. And thus, whatever one is doing, there is no separation between that which I am that I am, and that which I'm doing. Because actions and awareness are one. There is no separation. And so life is free-flowing as you're going and moving and doing. And this is the blessing. This is the gospel. This is the teaching. That whatever you are doing, you can't be separate from God. God is always with you, Emmanuel. And so I tell you this. My name is Alex. This is a label. We need not get caught up in concepts. A lot of people seem to forget that we humans created language. A linear language system to point to the nonlinear infinite reality. The absolute, which is always absolute, even within, amidst the relative world, the world of relativity, requires the absolute to be constant within one's subjective awareness and inner experience. And when this is the focus, when this is the context within which we operate and navigate the world and function in everyday reality, then consequently, again, there's wholeness. And there's a certain timelessness, even amidst the seeming flux, the ups and downs. And so there need be, not be, any frowns. You're never going to hear me complain about anything. Too much to be grateful for. What's running through my mind right now is all the things, and it just, wow. Numberless, countless things to be grateful for. I know the same is true for you. So what is the moral of this video? Well, simply to share, because I do care. I think a lot of men in particular think that it's not cool to care, be nonchalant, and whatever about life. But actually, like I said, God, the soul of existence, is all-inclusive. It naturally, inherently, includes all of life as a part of itself, because it is everything. And therefore, it doesn't see things separately. It doesn't see things in terms of a hierarchy. It's this all-inclusive sense of connectedness and aliveness and lovingness that is the foundation of all of us. And thus, when you're in alignment with this, you care, naturally. You don't have to show it outwardly. And in reality, actions speak louder than words. But words themselves, the spoken word, the word of God, is an action. It's an outward expression of that which yearns to be spoken and brought into this world. through the spoken word, realizing the power, the vibratory essence of which the spoken word consists. And in this there's bliss, eternal wholeness. And so I share this. God bless. Perhaps I'll see you in the next. God willing.